All right, let's continue our lecture on polynomial functions. As we look at these next couple examples, we're looking at creating a degree 3 polynomial. So remember, a degree n polynomial has n linear factors. So let's look at this first example here in example A. They're giving us three different real number zeros. We've got -1, 0, and 4. Well, if we wanted a degree 3 polynomial, we're going to have to assume the multiplicity on each is 1, right? Because we can only use one of each factor because we need three linear factors. So we go ahead and begin creating this polynomial. So let's give our function here a name. I'll use f of x, write a function of x. And we'll assume the leading coefficient, we can let that be 1. With the first zero, -1, that would produce a linear factor of x minus -1, right? X minus the 0. And the next zero, which is the number 0, produces a linear factor of x minus 0. So again, remember, linear factorization theorem, all zeros come from linear factors of the form x minus that 0, that number. So if 4 is a 0, its linear factor would be x minus 4. So they're the three linear factors, right? They would produce these three zeros, right? X minus -1, which simplifies to x plus 1. X minus 0, which simplifies to x, and then x minus 4, right? So again, each of these factors, if we were to take x plus 1, for example, if we plug -1 in for x, we'd get an output of 0. Same thing with the second factor. If we plug 0 into x, we're going to get an output of 0, and x minus 4, we plug in 4. We get an output of 0. So we know those are the three factors that produce these three zeros. Now let's work on writing this polynomial in standard form. So let's go ahead and get our degree 3 cubic polynomial, where we have our x cubed term, our x squared term, x term, our constant term, right? A degree 3 polynomial, we'll put it up here. In standard form is ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus some number d. So let's work on that as we begin to multiply. Let's go ahead and distribute. I'll multiply the x with the x plus 1. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is 1x. As we multiply the first two linear factors together. And then we still got to multiply it with x minus 4. So let's go ahead and do that. So we go ahead and distribute. Let's multiply the x squared through. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times -4 is -4x squared. Now let's take the x and distribute it through. We'll put it in a different color here in blue. X times x is x squared. X times -4 is -4x. And then as we simplify, let's go ahead and combine the like terms. So we have our x cubed term, nothing else with it. We have two x squared terms. They add up to what? -3x squared. And then the minus 4x. So here's our degree 3 cubic polynomial, right, containing the zeros of -1, 0, and 4. And we could check it. So if we want to check, for example, let's check, make sure -1, right, is a 0. So let's take out x. Let's plug in -1 and see if we get an output of 0. So x cubed, that'd be -1 cubed minus 3 times -1 squared minus 4 times -1. As we simplify, I got -1 cubed, minus 3 times -1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times -1 is plus 4. So -1 minus 4, minus 3, let's erase that. -1 minus, what, -3 times 1, which is 3. So we've got 3 here. Plus the 4. And as we simplify, -1 minus 3 is -4, and -4 plus 4 is 0. So it checks, and the same goes for 0 and 4. We could confirm the other two. So -1 is a 0 of this polynomial function, as is 0 and 4. So again, we've created that polynomial given those three zeros of the polynomial. All right, let's do the same thing for example B. So here in B, we've got 2, I, and -I as the zeros. So let's go ahead and begin creating this polynomial function. Now you notice we have one real number 0 and two complex imaginary numbers as zeros, I and its conjugate negative I. And as we create the polynomial, we want a degree 3. Let's go ahead and create the 3 linear factors. Again, I'm going to assume the leading coefficient is 1. Now with 2, we would have a factor of x minus 2. X minus is 0. And if I is going to be a 0, our polynomial function, we're going to have a factor of x minus that number I, and negative I gives us a factor of x minus negative I. So there are 3 linear factors, x minus 2 times x minus I times x plus I. So as we look, let's begin to create this standard form degree 3 cubic. Let's begin multiplying. Now again, commutative property holds true of multiplication. Doesn't matter the order we multiply in. So it's a little easier if we multiply these conjugates together. Let's do the complex conjugates, x minus I, x plus I. As we multiply those together, x times x we distribute, that's x squared. X times I is xi. Let's do the same thing for I. We distribute through, negative I times x, that's negative xi. Negative I times I is minus I squared. And now as we look at simplifying here, let's go ahead and combine the xi terms. And again, since these were conjugates, those outer and inner products, they cancel out. So we end up with just x squared minus I squared. Now I squared, we know from our definition of imaginary number, is negative 1, right? I is the square root of negative 1. So I squared, we know, equals negative 1. So this is I squared minus negative 1. So we end up with x minus 2 times x squared plus 1. And our last step, let's distribute. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 1 is x. Distributing the negative 2 through. Negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 1, negative 2. And as we look, let's go ahead and rearrange it. Standard form, we got our x cubed term. We got our x squared term. We got our x term and our constant. So here's our degree 3 cubic polynomial, right? Given those 3 zeros of 2i and negative I. And again, we could check. Now, if you want to check it graphically, the only thing we're going to be able to see is an x-intercept at 2. For example, you want to check I. Let's show that I is a 0. So let's work with imaginary numbers. It's been a little while since we've done that. Let's plug in I, and let's see what it simplifies to. What would f of I equal? Well, we got I cubed, right? Out goes x, in comes I, minus 2 times I squared, plus x plus I minus 2. Now, what's I cubed? Well, I cubed is I times I squared. And factor out an I, and then we can simplify with I squared. Remember, that equals negative 1. Minus 2 times I squared, that's minus 2 times negative 1, plus I minus 2. So we got I times, what, negative 1, I times I squared, plus, what, negative 2 times negative 1 is a plus 2, plus I minus 2. Well, I times negative 1 is negative I. So we got negative I plus 2, plus, and I don't know where we got this x, let's erase that. That was what, plus I. So that was I here, so plus I minus 2. And as we combine the like terms, what happens? We get what? We get 0. So what do we have? That implies I is a 0 of this polynomial function, f of x, that we've created. So yeah, those are the 3 zeros. I wanted to check it, so we gave us a quick check.